Bear down, Bears fans. Another edition of the Chicago Bears podcast coming your way. Pat the designer, Shea Norling, off of what I think we can describe as the best game we've ever seen Caleb Williams play in a Bears uniform.
Yeah, 100%.
The Bears dominate. They go out there. They put it to a Dallas team that I think everybody had the Bears losing this game, except your boy here. Did predict a win on Chicago Bears podcast and the Windy City Breeze. Tap in with us. And listen, I'm not surprised by it at all. We got to talk about it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Today's episode of the Chicago Bears podcast brought to you by the Advantage Dealer Group. Get your next Chevy, Toyota, or Acura and drive off in under 60 minutes and they'll make your first car payment. Also brought to you by the Hard Rock Casino in Northern Indiana. Las Vegas style gaming, just 30 minutes from Soldier Field, I-80, 94. Sorry for stumbling over some of that. I've been up a long time and I didn't go to sleep early last night because Bears win and I had a lot of shows to do. Shay, what's going on, my guy?
What's happening? It's all good in the hood today.
It is so good today.
No negative vibes from me.
Not till tomorrow. There's a couple of things we need to work on, but not till tomorrow. Hey, can we do that, by the way? Can we take the team mindset? When you win a game, Monday's a day to celebrate and praise.
No, I don't think
Tuesday's the day, and unless it's like you stumble into one, you play a horrible game the whole way and you find a way to win it, right? Like that's a different situation. We've seen those. But like today is literally a day where you surprise the masses and you saw Ben Johnson begin to look like the Ben Johnson that we thought he was going to be coming here. You saw what he told you that was going to happen play out 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. By week 3, we should start to see what this team is going to look like. You got a coach that could go in there and actually put a game plan together like we knew he could and get the players to buy in after an absolute shellacking versus the Detroit Lions. I think that today is a day for, as you said, the celebration. Are there things the team needs to work on? Sure. We can have that conversation too. But for the people in the comments, like drop a bear down, drop an FGB. Yeah, I mean, like enjoy the day. These days don't happen for us very often. The hope is that we can build off of this one.
Yeah, I think there's a needle that you can thread, though. Like, I get there's a section of the fan base that's like belt off, wand in hand. Let's party. It's all good. Season saved. Yeah. There's a section of the fan base that's like, who cares? The Cowboys are JV. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. And the Bears had an excellent game, I thought, on both sides of the football, really. Tyreek Stevenson, where did that come from? That's the best game he's maybe ever played as a Bear.
Yeah.
Noah Sewell, one of the best games he's ever played as a Bear.
Yeah.
Tremaine Edmonds, one of the best games he has ever played as a Bear.
Yeah.
Everything all came together yesterday, but there are still some pretty glaring concerns. I'm still not in love with the run game. And I get you had a 9 and 10-minute drive, 19 plays, 11 consecutive runs.
Yeah.
You leaned on the Cowboys. You demoralized them a little bit. It's not like you were gashing them on the ground. It's not like it was bell cow. We're going to get 5-6 yards of carry here and just pop somebody. It reminded me a bit of I thought I was watching Penn State, Michigan 2 years ago when J.J. McCarthy just handed the ball off 32 consecutive times. And it's not like Michigan was running the ball to any great effect.
Yeah.
They were just getting 2-3 yards and holding onto the ball and controlling the game. And that's what the Bears did. And I'm not diminishing the victory. I'm not diminishing the game plan. I'm not taking anything away from the fact that they saw blood and they did that drive. And I thought it was a really impressive drive.
Yeah.
I don't think it's party time. Get the lampshade on your head.
No. We're not Super Bowl or bust right now. Like you're still 0-2 in the division.
I just think this is what we wanted to see, and you can build from it. And we still know what the holes on this roster are. You know, like I'm not ready to sit here and say the pass rush is fixed because Montez Sweat got 2 quarterback hits. I'd like to see that again next week. I'm not going to sit here and say the offense is fixed because they scored 31 points. Show me again next week.
Yeah.
But I think the flip side of that is what you were saying. Enjoy the win.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be nitpicking and poking holes in things and miserable the morning after a win. Just enjoy it. It was a great game yesterday. Probably the most complete game the Bears have played since what?
Jacksonville. It's the first game that I felt like at no point did I have to worry whether you were going to blow this game since week 6 last year versus Jacksonville when you were in London. It is the first time I don't even know what the date on that game was. I mean, it's still early
October.
October somewhere.
I think it was actually October. I believe it was October 13th.
Was it? So almost a year? It's the first time in almost a year I felt like, hey, you might walk out of here with a win. Like that is, I think what we saw yesterday, I think goes deeper than some people are looking at. And I do think, right, there's still issues that remain. Pass rush, I've said, is one. But like, you saw yesterday everything you hope to see from your coaching staff. Dennis Allen, I thought he did a phenomenal job of confusing a quarterback who, up until that game and from the last time we had seen him, had been playing at an MVP level. Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott is he Black Kirk Cousins? Maybe, a little bit, right? When you get to the playoffs. But like, when you break it down, like, he's one of the best quarterbacks in football.
True.
And the use of Tremaine Edmonds that Dennis Allen had, how he was bringing him up to the line, dropping him back in coverage, and doing all these different things, bringing Jaquan Brisker up. Like, you were confusing one of the best quarterbacks in football.
Now,
I was very impressed by that because you took away so many of the deep routes that all of a sudden it was like, okay, now we got to go underneath. That's where the Noah Sewell connection comes in, where Noah Sewell, hey, you got to be quick. You got to get to Jake Ferguson underneath and make sure he doesn't hit us for 8 yards.
Yeah, but I'll caution again because Jake Ferguson, you brought it up, 13 balls yesterday. Mm-hmm. He was a monster. Couldn't cover a tight end. And, yeah, you took away the deep routes for Dallas. You took away their verticality. But they also lost their leading target getter and the only explosive player in their offense early in the first quarter virtually for the entire game. That's where – like, I think two things are true. The Bears played a complete game. They showed an intensity and a physicality that they have not shown all season. I think what Ben Johnson did this week by calling out the practice habits, I think he rallied the troops. You saw the post-game locker room. Everybody was thrilled for him, and they should be.
Did you see the comparison from his first win and Fluce's first win?
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah.
The locker room was like a funeral for Fluce.
Night and day.
And Ben Johnson, it's like, start the rave. Here we go.
Yeah, and that's where I'm confident in Ben Johnson, but I was confident in Ben Johnson before this game.
We were week 2 talking about our confidence.
You know, I saw more from Dennis Allen yesterday, but it's still like I need to see it again because I think you caught a bit of a break with CD exiting the game virtually at kickoff and not able to return. Yeah. If he's in the game, I think their offense does look different. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. And you took care of business. So today I'm happy, but going forward, we're going to need to see it again. And I hope that they can build on it. And again, I think they needed it. So I'm not going to sit here and take anything away. I'm not ready to go, oh, the season's saved and now they've got a chance to make the playoffs. Show me what you can do in Vegas. Take care of business again. Yeah. We'll get the bye week, and then we'll come back and we'll see where we're at. We'll reevaluate. But they did need it. And I think there was an opportunity on Sunday where if they had lost the game, we would be hammering the front office again. Maybe you'd start getting wary about the head coach. Maybe you'd start getting wary about the quarterback. So it's nice that we come in today and we don't have those concerns. Yeah. That I can sit here and say a quarterback who I have consistently said I believe in much more than I don't is top 10 in passing yards. He's top 1 in touchdown passes. He's top 10 in passer rating.
Best touchdown to interception ratio in the league right now as well?
Probably the case. I know he's also top 10 in 20-yard passes. Or passes of at least 20 yards.
Explosive plays this year.
This quarterback who I have consistently believed in and this head coach who I have never wavered is the right guy. I feel better about those two things today, and that is the most important thing. Whatever happens defensively is whatever happens defensively, and a lot of these guys, if they can't play the style of football that this coaching staff wants them to play, they won't be here. So we'll figure that out. But, yeah, it was a very complete performance. They showed a physicality that I did not know they had. They bared their teeth a little bit, and they got a big win. Yeah. And the post-game locker room celebration, they deserved that. Everything that they put into it, they deserved.
Most energy in that locker room since Club Dub, probably?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since it was lit like that.
We have not seen that kind of – well, I guess Bears-Packers win last year, end of the year, but it didn't I don't think it meant as much outside of that locker room as it probably did in that locker room.
Well, it ended up not mattering because Thomas Brown is gone.
Yeah.
And a lot but I'll say this too. Because after the Detroit game, I think there was a little concern on the player side where you had Brisker going on Twitter and saying some stuff to a fan that I didn't think he needed to say. It felt...
Dennis listened, though.
Well...
He was like, just use me. I think the tweet essentially was, they need to play Brisker closer to the line.
Yeah.
And Brisker was like, yeah, use me however you need to. It was his response. Like, use me in every way on the field. Brisker was at that line a lot yesterday in the game. So.
Right. But my point is, like,
yeah,
you had this team go to Detroit and lay such an egg, and there were effort questions. And I don't think that they were unreasonable effort questions. Like, it was not a team that looked like they were trying to win for their coach. And that's a jarring thing when it's this new coach who everybody's supposed to be excited about, and you go to his old stomping grounds and you don't feel the let's get one for him energy. That stung me a bit. And I'm like, I wonder if these guys are going to respond to him. So the biggest takeaway for me was post-game, the way the locker room was energized by and for Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
We're good here. Like, this is going to work. I remain confident. I think he's got these guys bought in. I think his strategy in the week worked. So all good on that front.
I love that my husband's so handy. He leaves more money for the important stuff.
Whoa.
Gosh darn it, Steve.
Ow. Don't be like Steve. Call Avondale Roofing. DIY is for Pinterest, not your roof.
Yeah, listen, I think coaching-wise, this is one of the best coach games I've seen in Soldier Field. I'll be honest with you, probably since Lovie Smith was here. And the reason I say that, when I look at offensively what the Bears did, in the first half, of course, Ben Johnson has the big plays. They get the ball down the field, right? Like, you get the flea flicker. What a play. I was up till like 1 a.m. just watching that play going, Swift, you got to throw that ball a little bit better. But Caleb Williams, you made it work, and I love that, right? Like, I think also, right, the first drive where it's just methodical down the field. We now have more touchdowns this season in the first quarter of games than we had all last season put together. So, like, you're seeing the offense start to figure it out. And you're seeing Ben Johnson start to bring it together. But I'm not just seeing Ben Johnson be an offensive coordinator, Shea. The reason I said that, and I think this is going to be a point that I am trying to put out there, because this is the biggest coaching thing to me. You left the first half with 11 minutes of time of possession. Now, that is because, right, some of the concerns, like you said, the defense couldn't get off of the field. There were a lot of long drives, but they stopped them, held them to 3.
Yeah, it was bend, don't break.
There was bend, don't break, very much so. And because of that, Dallas leaves the first half with 18 minutes of offense. You have a drive that then ends, two-minute drive, goes down, scores a touchdown. You know you're getting the ball back. You get the ball back, and your head coach goes, our defense is gassed. We need a long drive. We need this to be, and I think, like you said, it wasn't big runs, but death by 1,000 cuts.
Yep.
And I think that is the part that about Ben Johnson, that if you're not watching Detroit week in and week out when he was there, you don't see. You did have those drives where it was Monty. I don't need big runs. If you get a big one, great, but I don't need big runs. I need you to punch them in the mouth over
Wear them
and
down.
over and over and over again. This drive needs to last. And you have a 9-minute, 55-second drive out of that, 19 plays, 11 runs in a row. And basically, I thought that was some of the best quarterbacking we saw Caleb Williams do.
It was great.
Because it wasn't, hey, I got to make the deep pass or I got to hit Luther Burden in stride. It was, what are we at, 3rd and 4? Bet. I'll get us a first down so we can keep this drive going. What are we at, 3rd and 6? Bet. I'll get us a first down so that we can keep this drive going. Then you get to the end zone. He understands he has the spy on him. He gets out of the pocket, moves to the right, sees the safety go with him. Oh, look at that. DJ Moore, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, easy money. You not only had a 19-play drive, but the most important part of that is you capped it off with 7. You gave them death by 1,000 cuts, and then you killed them. They had no answer for that, and it put them in the worst position. And now, DA, tell your boys pin their ears back. We're up 31-14. Tell Montez Sweat it's time to go kill Dak Prescott. We need to get Grady Jarrett just a who's the left guard up there in Dallas? I don't even remember.
Tyler Booker.
He died. Tyler Booker,
rookie out of
what are
Alabama,
What are
yeah.
your services? Because Grady Jarrett just ran into you and you fell over. It looked like with just the right arm.
Yeah, but brutal that Grady got called on a penalty there. But
He
it was
did
the
get called on a penalty there, yeah.
physicality was outstanding. Again, like they played with an intensity that I hadn't seen from them this
But I
season.
thought they played so logically. Shea. I haven't seen that where it's like, hey, you have to think in this manner for this moment in the game. And also, we got to think in the future because we saw what our defense looks like when they get tired in the fourth quarter.
When I thought beyond just allowing the defense to operate in known passing downs, which was this is how offense can help defense, by the way. You hold the ball for 9 minutes and end a drive with a touchdown, that ended the game. Because the rest of the game, Dallas is throwing the football. They can't run it anymore. They're out of the game if they run it.
Yeah.
You get to just pin your ears back. You get to play the pass. You got a few interceptions. You made things work for you. But also I thought, talking about playing logically and kind of, I want to say this in a way that's not a negative, but they allowed the game to come to them and they were prepared for the situation.
Yeah.
That 2-minute drill before the half, and it was, we have the lead. We're not going to make a risky play. We're not going to go full pedal to the metal here. Let's see what we can get early in this drive. And then they got a chunk play for a first down, and it was pedal to the floor.
Yeah.
Now that we got the yards, let's go. And it was a flawless execution on a drive that ended in 7 points. And a big, ballsy 4th and 5 play to make sure you get 7 points. I thought it was spectacular. The game plan was ideal. And again, this is a head coach and an offensive coordinator, same guy, who I believe will out-scheme his opponent on a week-in, week-out
He has
basis.
the answers to the test, especially against flukes. We've seen them.
We saw it yesterday. It was all out there. And, yeah, that defense for Dallas is terrible. But maybe this is just a case of you played Minnesota and you gagged on yourself a little bit. Yeah. You gave away a game that you should have won.
Yeah.
You played Detroit. Detroit's a really good team. They
knew that was coming.
They were up for the moment much more than you were. Yeah. But that was 2 playoff teams from a year ago that you played early, and you took 2 losses. You got punched in the mouth. Maybe this was just a spot of we need class relief. We need to play a team that's garbage and just house them so that we can feel good about ourselves.
But see,
so I'm not taking anything away from what they accomplished yesterday. It just – this was the right moment, the right time, and the team was up for the task.
I think the thing is for me though, like I caution, right? All of a sudden they're garbage when we beat them. This was a team that was 2-0, an offense that was the best offense in football.
1-1.
1-1. I'm sorry. This is a team that was 1-1. An offense that was the best offense in football up to this point.
I think we can say pretty comfortably though, Pat, they're trash. They let Russell Wilson throw for almost 500 yards.
Defensively, no, 100%.
But that's what I'm saying.
Trash. Yes,
that's
100%.
what I'm saying.
But I think the big thing is for me, Shea, like the Bears offensively were ready for the moment. You knew what you had to do in this game.
Sure.
Our expectation was Dak's going to go out here and he's going to put up points on you. And you got to be ready to put up points back. And I think the Bears offense putting them now, first off, defense, we got to give credit where credit is due. This starts with Tyreek.
No, he was great.
This starts with Tyreek.
He was spectacular.
Tyreek Stevenson stripping that football away. By the way, what the heck is Tom Brady talking about? Let's see if he got 2 feet in. That's not how fumbles work. It wasn't an interception. Like, as long as he has possession of the ball and he's established, he's in bounds. Like, I don't know what that was. But I was so sick of Tom Brady yesterday.
Thank his eye. He's terrible. I got to tell you. He's not very good on the mic.
So he's literally making the broadcast worse. Like, not the ownership thing is because everyone's going into all of these interviews where normally they tell you things in coach speak. So no one is as prepared as they have been in the past because Tom Brady's here and we got to play the Raiders in a week. And I'm not going to say, hey, this is a play that we've got up in our arsenal. Like, he's literally making the broadcast right. I digress. I hate it.
I don't like him on the mic. I've said this much.
It's so bad. And maybe he could be better if he wasn't an owner, but he is an owner.
I just think
be better.
It's also just a case of this guy. It's privilege. It's this guy's the greatest quarterback, and now he's not playing anymore, and he's a big name, so we're going to throw him in the A booth.
Yeah.
Greg Olsen worked and became really, really good at this, just to have his job taken away by a guy who's not very good at it. He doesn't speak normally. Like everybody was, oh my God, on the flea flicker. How about a little analysis instead of just, oh my God? He's like Hawk Harrelson in the booth, which is great if you.
We're not gonna disrespect Hawk Harrelson on the show.
No, I was just gonna say that's great. That's great if you're the home team broadcaster.
Yes. Okay.
It's fantastic if you're just gonna be the fan and
Not
like
the national,
big emotional everything. But when I have the opportunity to listen to Greg Olson actually analyze what's happening on the field versus Brady just reacting and vomiting cliches, I don't need it on my national football broadcast. Is the point I'm making?
No, 100%. But I think even right with how this team that we saw operate yesterday was able to go out, and it wasn't just the splash plays. It wasn't just, the big moments, the, oh my God, you delivered the football down the field on the flea flicker and all. It was we need to play situational football right now and go down this field and just make Dallas have to kind of go, we're not the better team today. Offensively, defensively, we saw that. And I think on the offensive side, or on the defensive side of it, that wasn't something we were expecting. Yes, they lost CeeDee Lamb, but we saw Tyreek Stevenson 2 weeks ago that couldn't cover us. That was an impressive win. We didn't have Jalen Johnson. We didn't have Kyler Gordon. To me, we saw Dennis Allen coach his butt off in a situation where we fully expected it to be Dak's going to put up 40. You got to go out there and put up 41. And I think even that, having Ben Johnson having the team ready to say, we know what kind of offense we need to be, and we just need to show it. And Flus is going to give us all the opportunity because guess what? He didn't change who he is.
No.
He blitz? Maybe 6 times all night?
Was it even once?
We did. No, we saw blitz in the first quarter, and I was like, oh, Flus is going to blitz tonight. Okay, we're going to. And then I don't think we saw another one until the third quarter.
The Tampa 2 defense,
it's so insane.
And you don't have a defensive line that can get home because you don't have Micah Parsons anymore, and Jadeveon Clowney's inactive. It was silly, and it was a reminder of how bad he really is.
Yeah.
And honestly, Bears fans should really lick this one up because the quarterback you thought he broke clowned his ass at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns on your forehead. I mean, it was beautiful. It's all I can really say about it is that it was exactly what you should do against a team like that.
Yeah.
And
by the way, can we also say, as much as Tom Brady said, Trayvon Diggs is horrible. Are we there yet?
I've been there. You're not talking to somebody I've been there.
He is not a good football
I've been
player.
there since his first season when everybody was rubbing him up for all the interceptions.
Well,
I'm like,
I give you that, though. I give you the intercept. You're doing that. You're doing something that nobody in the NFL has done. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but it's...
Can you keep doing that?
No, and it was... I'm making a bigger point. It was all fluke stuff.
Yeah.
Great. You have...
in the air, you caught it.
You have 8, whatever, or 13 interceptions, whatever the number ended up being.
I think it was 13 and 8.
How many touchdowns are you giving up?
Yeah.
You get cooked. Just because you're a ball hawk, when the ball's thrown to you, you get burned on fly routes. You're not good in coverage. He's just, I've always been out on Trayvon Diggs. He's not a good corner.
On Rome Odunze.
Dude, it was insane. It's insane.
Rome did this, and he just fell over. It's like, what just that? The field is not that bad.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, Trayvon Diggs has to leave the game. That's a hit for the Dallas defense. And I'm like, is it? They might be better. Is it?
I don't think it was. Kenny Clark was probably the biggest hit the defense took, and he wasn't doing a great job stopping the run either.
Again, I think the Bears set a tone yesterday, and it was something I didn't expect. Was like, I can say all I want offensively. You handled your business against a defense that you should do that to. Yes. But defensively, even without CeeDee Lamb, and I do think that deeply impacted what Dallas wants to and is able to do, not having their most explosive, their best player on offense. You were the more physical team.
Yes.
And that's important after what Detroit looked like, where you got totally outclassed in the physicality department.
Yeah.
To go on the field and be the infinitely more physical team on both sides of the ball. It's all I asked for all week was go out every down and look like you're excited to hit somebody. And I think 22 players at all times wanted to hit somebody yesterday.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I left yesterday's game and I was like, oh, somebody was watching Texans tape. Somebody was watching a little Texans defense tape. I like that. Have you seen how the Texans just been killing people?
Yeah, they just hit.
Bro, it doesn't matter. It's like a 40-yard completion. Kill them.
It also doesn't matter because they're 0-3. But,
Yeah, well,
I mean, that's a different story.
Listen, bro, is C.J. Stroud cheeks?
No, dude. Their offensive line is they have a college offensive line. It is the worst in football. And maybe C.J. Stroud's not what he was as a rookie, but Cheek's a little too far for me.
I mean, listen, it's been downhill ever since he tried to son Caleb a little bit. You know what I mean?
Dude,
it's been downhill.
Fair.
It's been downhill
Fair.
ever since he was like, let me tell you about the NFL. What are we talking about right now?
That big bro moment is aging horribly for C.J. Stroud.
It turned. What was the line? It was like, I'm not your bro. that was literally what it has become.
I'll tell you the other thing when we're talking Caleb too is I'm not going to go there yet. I'm not going to say that we're hitting that point, but I thought Drake May yesterday was bad. He had an interception, wasn't really his fault, tipped at the line of scrimmage.
I was gonna say,
The fumble was rough. A couple missed throws were really brutal. He should have been intercepted on a horrific pass on their opening drive.
You can't overcome 2 fumbles at the goal line by Ramondre Stevenson. There was a lot of stuff out of his hands.
But I didn't think he played great.
He did not play great.
Bo Nix has not played great yet this season.
No, he has not.
Jaden has not played great this season and is not healthy. Penix yesterday, dear Lord, was he bad. And I'm telling you, I sent a text message to a buddy while I was watching Penix yesterday. I said, I think I'm fully out on lefty quarterbacks because the flight of the ball is just awkward. He doesn't throw friendly passes. He's missing simple out routes where it looks like guys have to reach too far a lot because of the arm angle. Some of the throws he missed, he was awful against Carolina yesterday. And J.J. McCarthy, I don't buy for a second that he's as injured as Minnesota tells you. I have never in my life seen a player finish a game on Sunday night, and then on Monday morning, we're not waiting for imaging. We're not waiting to see if this feels better later in the week. We're not waiting for the swelling to calm down. You're out for 4 weeks. Sit down. We're done with you. And then Carson Wentz takes over the offense, and they look great. And
a lot of turnovers. Jay Browning was horrible.
Right, he's awful.
Jay Browning was,
the broader point.
By the way, a clip dying. That's why you shouldn't have cut me.
The broader point I'm making, we are starting to approach the territory where Caleb is playing the best of all the quarterbacks in his rookie class. So last week and in the preseason, when I said factually that Ryan Poles spent the first overall pick on a quarterback who to this point has been 5th or 4th among his peers in that class, we may be starting to elevate to a point where Ryan Poles will be able to say, I took the right guy.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
And it's got to be
again. I got to see more of it. You got to do it again in Vegas. You got to do it the rest of this season. But through 3 weeks, he is playing the best football of his peers. I have to give credit where it's due, and it's due to Caleb in spades right now. He's been magnificent in 2 weeks. I thought the Vikings game was brutal.
Vikings game was
missed some layups,
easy ones.
The Detroit game, the process, you started to see it. And then this week against Dallas, it all clicked. It was, I think Orlovsky said, the most professional game he's played in his career.
Yeah.
He was calm in the pocket. There was no happy feet. He allowed himself to go through his reads. He processed everything well. He made good decisions, and he hit his throws. It's all I can ask for. And he's been exceptional now for 2 weeks, and yesterday was stellar. It's the best game he's played yet. So, in part, this is the rest of the quarterbacks in this class have been rough for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
In part, it's also he hasn't, and you have to give credit to him for it. I've always believed in Ben Johnson. I think he's going to get the best out of him. I think we saw it yesterday.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head when you talk about, listen, as easy as, like, in Bears fans' minds, we're going 2-2 next week, you could be 1-3.
Absolutely.
Like, listen, Vegas.
They're not good.
They're not.
I'll tell you
good.
that much.
I'll say this. They're not good. But have we been at a point where consistently we're not good, we're the ones that are keeping them not good? Usually we are the get-right game. Minnesota, guess who was the get-right game? Us. Like, all start the season, J.J. McCarthy looked like he had no idea how to play football. And then in the fourth quarter, he's like, oh, wait a minute. Are you telling me I just need to throw to the guys who are wide open down the field? Like,
it was the get-right quarter, for
we've
sure.
seen the Bears be that team for a lot of teams. And so I need to see it continue. Guess what? Ashton Genty's been terrible through his first 3 weeks. He looks more like the guy who couldn't figure it out versus actually good football teams in college. But don't let you be the team that he gets right against. Don't let you be the team that he goes off for 100 yards against. Don't let you be the team that he goes off and gets 2 touchdowns against. Geno Smith, for everything that as bad as Vegas has been, Geno has been fine. It is literally just, I am dying back here. No one wants to block for me. I am getting sacked on a consistent basis. Hey, guess what the Bears have not been great at? And I know we did it when we were up 31-14 yesterday, but they have not gotten to the quarterback. Dak was very comfortable in the first half.
Yeah.
You just did a really good job in coverage, and I think you took away a lot of the underneath stuff. When he tried to get it to Jake, you were just able to, hey, Noah, be there, be quick, and make sure that he doesn't get the first down.
Well, okay.
There's a lot of opportunity for you to 100% be 1-3 because this is a team that who's stopping Brock Bowers?
I would offer I'd offer something else too. I think they learned a lesson in the first 2 weeks of the season, and that's why we saw them execute a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
Not that I don't think they planned on, hey, we're going to hold the ball for 10 minutes. But once they saw the opportunity, they were like, let's do this. Yeah. Their offense can be their best defense.
Yes.
Against Minnesota, it was their worst because you just kept 3 and out, 5 and out. You kept getting off the field and forcing your defense to go right back on the field.
Yep.
They were out of gas, and they got clowned by a mobile quarterback. Detroit, kind of the same deal. There was an intensity in the first half that they played with, but once the offense was unable to stay on the field and Detroit's just letting it rip because they want to embarrass Ben Johnson, you had no chance of stopping them. Yesterday, you let your defense get off the field for 20 minutes.
Yep.
And they got back on the field, and they were fresh and ready to go. And you locked up one of the best offenses in football. This is, I think, part of their identity going forward is we have to control the ball. We have to control the game, and that starts with what we do offensively. They learned that lesson yesterday. So when you get to Vegas next week, it can't be a situation of like, we have to game plan against their offense and stop this and that and the other.
No.
You got to just control the game.
Yes.
You are going to have to be an offensive team.
Yes.
You are going to have to be a team where your best defense is that your defense isn't on the field at all. And it worked against Dallas. So let's see it against Vegas, and then we'll get to the bye. And like I said, we'll reevaluate where we're at and see what we think of this team as they go forward through not the second half because the early bye, but the rest of the season.
Rest of the season. I think you hit the nail on the head with that. Like, that is truly – I was doing the Fox show with Jim Miller yesterday, and he was like, your offense can control a game. We're not used to that in this city. Mm-hmm. We're not used to an offense controlling – how do we think the Bengals find 9 wins last season? Like, if the ball is in Joe Burrow's hands, that means Josh Allen can't go down the field and score touchdowns. If you're taking time off of the clock, I think that's why it was so important for how Ben Johnson came out in that third quarter. And to me, heading into this Vegas game, if we see a back-to-back week of we're going to control the tempo of this game, not with our defense, because we're so used to our defense having to be on the field, but from our offense, then yeah, do the Bears have a championship caliber defense right now?
No.
I wouldn't say so by any means. Do the Bears have a defense that can go out there for 25 minutes and be pretty good to upper echelon? Yeah, because Tremaine Edmonds, when he's not tired and gassed and running all over the field, can be a very, I can blitz, I can be in coverage. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, I can intercept this football in angles that you wouldn't think I'd be able to because I'm 6 foot, what is he, 6'5", 6'6", and I'm athletic as all get out. Jaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard, all of these guys are really good players. And if you keep them rested, you see, hey, they get to the spots quickly. They're able to get home. We're so used to a defense that it's like, no matter the situation, you're out there 40 minutes and you're still going to overcome. That's not realistic in today's NFL. I don't know a defense in this league that maybe the Browns.
Yeah.
Probably the Browns.
Probably be the one.
Browns. I don't. Is there another one? Because it ain't Houston. It ain't, and Houston's
honestly,
really good, but like
honestly, it might be Houston. They just don't have an offense that can do shit to help them out. That defense is fucking stellar, man.
it's scary.
That defense is incredible.
But I think, but even to that, like Cleveland's defensive line never lets up. Myles Garrett, big part of that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Houston's defensive line by the end of that game, you could tell it was like, we are dying. Like, please get us off of the field. We need 5 minutes.
And maybe there was also a little bit of what's the point here? We're gonna get you the ball back just for you to do nothing with it again.
Yeah. It's just
Shout out Nico Collins.
to me. That's not. It's so insane. By the way, the post game presser from Liam Cohen, or not presser, the locker room from Liam Cohen, where he's like, "How about Brian Thomas? How about Brian Thomas?
What?
Like, what did Brian Thomas do? Like,
You know,
he was in fear of his life."
I know you've seen this going around. Brian Thomas Jr.'s had a horrible season.
Yeah, this year, yeah.
Who's his passing game coordinator?
Oh yeah, Shea. Yeah.
Shane Waldron
Shea.
had
Shea
Jackson
destroyed
Smith and
number one.
he had Jackson Smith and Jigba looking dead. He's a baller. He
a
had
monster.
he had Rome Odunze drawing dead. Rome's awesome in a Ben Johnson offense. He goes to Jacksonville and takes over their passing game, and now Brian Thomas Jr. looks dead. This guy is a receiver killer.
How much tape has Brian Thomas Jr. been watching? Big question. Big questions on the board. Is there any tape being watched down there?
Is he watching it with Shane? Because it might not be doing any good.
Is
And his route tree, it's like the route tree stuff that
Everything
people
is
used to
short.
bring up with
Everything
Njigba.
is short.
And then they brought it up with Rome, and now the route tree stuff's happening with BTJ. It's insane.
He should not have that much say in the room. Like, there's no way he should have that much say.
This dude might be unemployable.
This has got to be the worst 3 years of like number one receiver. Like literally, your two that you had are two of the best wide receivers in football right now.
Yep.
And the one who was literally probably a top 8
5.
wide receiver, 5 even giving him last season, is now. I mean, he's unplayable on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
And
he was
I'm upset right now.
He was a first-round fantasy player.
Yeah,
and Shane Waldron's.
He was.
So there you go. Another take solace, Bear fans. Your coaching staff last year really was as abysmal as you thought it was. Matt Eberflus can't evolve. We're going to run Tampa 2 to death, even when we're getting clowned for it. Shane Waldron is a receiver killer, and now you've got Rome Odunze looking great.
Yeah.
So you know what? All's good. You know what? You want to pop the champagne because you won a game. Who cares who it was against? Enjoy the moment.
I'm popping.
It was a great game yesterday.
A little champagne,
and they needed it.
Not too much, just a touch of champagne.
But I'm proud of the way that they responded. That they came out in a week where their coach called them out, and they came out and they played that brand of ball. It was good. It was very good to see.
Yeah. As we head into Vegas next week to finish this out, what do you need to see? We can talk. What do you need to see this Bears team continue to do?
Win.
I'll take that.
I know it's almost a cop out, but yeah,
that's facts though.
You go on the road to a team I think is bad, and maybe after week 1 they beat New England. Look, we got to hit a harsh reality here. That New England team, yikes. The Mike Vrabel thing. But I walked into Danny Zetterman's office after the morning show today, and he said, "What's going on?" I said, "I'm glad the Bears didn't get Mike Vrabel. All that culture nonsense. You're the same team you were a year ago with Gerard Mayo. Absolutely nothing has changed." So the Raiders got a big win off on them. Wonderful. In the last 2 weeks, they got their ass kicked twice. So it's on the Bears to go in there and be the superior team.
Yeah.
That's really what I want to see. And look, I'm never going to buy that their defense is excellent, but the Raiders' offense is nothing to sing praises about. Ashton Genty's been terrible. He's not interested in pass blocking, and he doesn't run through contact. Almost like somebody said, he built all of his contact stats running against the Mountain West. And that Penn State game should have been a little scarier than people thought it was.
The best line that I heard, I don't know, I think Ryan Clark said this. I think it was Ryan Clark that said this. He was talking about, he's like, when you're going up against the Mountain West, you're playing boys. Boys get sick of hitting you. When you were in the NFL, men do not get sick of hitting you. There's no point where a linebacker in the NFL or a safety or a DB who's coming downhill is going to say, I'm tired of hitting Ashton Genty. That doesn't happen except for maybe a couple special people. Maybe you get sick of hitting Derrick Henry. Maybe you get sick of hitting Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch.
But
that is far and few between, by the way. You're none of them.
That's because Derrick Henry doesn't get sick of hitting linebackers.
100%.
That's the difference.
100%.
So, look, the flip side of it is the Raiders are now a team in crisis.
Yes.
And they're going to be trying to get right. They're going to do what you did last week and try to rally the troops and get ready to play the Bears, and they feel like they're the superior opponent. So, for me, what I need to see is this offense continue to gel. The offensive line, I thought, looked much better yesterday. So keep growing. Get this run game a little bit better. I want to see some bigger carries. I want to see some more consistency in the run game. And Caleb, keep cooking. Just keep being more comfortable in the offense. Yeah. Next week's a little bit of a tougher task. This week, you saw nobody that was really going to rush you. And it was the first game with 0 sacks. Yeah. Next week, Max Crosby's coming off Braxton Jones. So it's a different animal. But go take care of your business, win it. And I want to get back to a bye week where we're 2-2 and we feel like there's a lot of season ahead of us to be excited for. Yeah. I don't want to be sitting here next week talking about a 1-3 team and I've got a Vegas hangover and I have to sit here and say the season's effectively over. That's where save the season because you're not 0-3 yesterday. Sure. But it's not really a rescue job until you're 2-2.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're heading into a bye week where if you are 1-3, you got Washington after that. Ugh. Like, say what you want about Jaden, say what you want about this. Marcus Mariota went out there and hung 40.
That offense is good.
Hung 40. Through the first 2 weeks, I was like, oh, Cliff Kingsbury got figured out again. Maybe not. Maybe not. But at 2-2, you feel like, okay, we got a little bit of footing. We know what this team is. We're going to have to go in there and probably same mindset, win a shootout. You're probably going to have to win a shootout. You have a team that looks like it's prepared to do that, though. And I'm not a big believer in the Commanders' defense either. So
no, I'm not either. But that's looking ahead to the Commanders is looking way too far ahead. I'm handling just this week alone. I think you can go in and I think you can beat Vegas if you show me what you showed me on Sunday. Yeah. I'm not ready to sit here and pick the Bears, but that's what I need to see. I need you to go and handle your business.
I'm picking the Bears. I'm ready to pick the Bears.
You would pick them every week.
No, I didn't pick them versus Detroit. I literally was like, you're going to lose.
Fair.
I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're going to be 0-2. This is going to be a tough season. Playoffs are out the window at the beginning of that week. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. The show love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Drop your bird downs in the chat. Drop your FGBs. That made it sweeter yesterday, didn't it? Just Jordan Love just absolutely down his leg.
One of the great choke jobs of the year. Up 10 with 5 minutes left against Cleveland. That interception was incomprehensible.
When I went on our ESPN Madison affiliate and I said Jordan Love is everything I've dreamed that the Packers would have at a quarterback. Got you all lathered up for 2 weeks.
All right.
And then
now listen. Now relax. This is going to end up getting played on ESPN Madison.
Go ahead. Just good enough to get you beat. In the long run, just good enough to get you beat. Am I wrong?
I wouldn't be doing all that right.
Am I wrong?
You may end up being right. I said today on Cap and Hood, Jordan Love is the Packers' Achilles heel. However, I'd be careful writing their death note.
Bad. No, doesn't mean he's bad. Just mean, is Kirk Cousins a bad quarterback? No, he's good. He's good. Wait, what do you have? 4,300-yard season?
He's bad now.
He's bad now, yeah. I'm saying when he was with Minnesota, he wasn't a bad quarterback. He was just good enough that you knew you were going to lose in the first or second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Love still's got that road playoff win. I don't think Kirk Cousins has ever done that.
Does Kirk Cousins have a playoff win?
I I think he's got one.
Does he have one?
I don't know if I'd have to go look.
I don't remember if Kirk Cousins. Who cares? Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the He's behind Michael Penix. No one cares about Kirk.
No, of course not. Listen,
backup.
all I'm
Have
saying,
fun.
all I'm saying is, I still think the Packers are extremely good. I'd take it easy on the Jordan Love slander until we get to that point.
Didn't say they aren't good.
Because when Toyotathon comes around, you're gonna be in trouble.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going up to the tundra, baby. I'm ready for it. Hey man, y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love for Shea, Norling. It's your boy Pat, the designer.